Good Thursday evening. Welcome back to Four Quarters. I am your host, Kenneth Bowman, and joined by my co-hosts, Daniel Rodriguez, Joseph Mosbey, and Cullen Avent. I'll get the intro right one day, bro. 6, 7.
One day.
One of these days I'll get it right.
At this point, it's more iconic to just get it wrong every time.
Oh, y'all, hold on. Oh.
What's up, man?
The streets talk back. Oh,
hold on, man. Hold on, bro. What's the reactions for?
Hey. I'm just saying.
Me and Joseph, when we were killing time, we went to this bar. They had a pretty good grilled cheese. That was pretty good.
What you think about Alex Starr, Gavin?
In like a Chris comparison?
Yeah.
You know ball. That's not bad at all.
Huh? So if this program had not be where we are right now, you would still have a job. You think there would be a GoCoogs?
Wait, time out. I'm gonna stop my point. Shout out Andrew.
R.I.P. GoCoogs.
Rest in peace, GoCoogs.
Our last dono.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you.
Shout out to Star Pizza for the sponsorship.
All right, that's cool.
I hear you, Colin, and here's my argument. When people hear Houston, they think Four Quarters.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, we can end it on that. We don't need nothing else to use to say.
Yeah, honestly, that ended it.
Damn, it's a Thursday already? Oh, no, it's Monday. Welcome back to Four Quarters. I'm your host, Kenneth Bowman. Today, I'm joined by my co-hosts, Daniel Rodriguez, Joseph Mosbey, Cullen Avent, and we have a very special guest today, Jayme Hollingsworth. And how y'all fellas doing?
Oh, good. Bro, put some sauce on the intro.
Yeah,
bro put a little filet on the intro.
Yeah, nice little Euro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We got Flex out of the Thursday time slot. The label. They called me up this morning and said, "I got a show to do tonight, Thursday. Obviously, UH will be playing in the Big 12 tournament, which we will get into. So they will be doing Cats that night. So Four Quarters has been flexed to Monday night. Very quick turnaround. How you guys feel about that?
I feel good about it. It's got a big Monday feel.
Facts. Four Quarters big Monday. I like it.
And you know what? Third time's a charm. A big Monday feel. Monday night game. UVA's gonna come out with the dub. As in Four Quarters. As Hopefully. 4 quarters. You know what I mean? We gotta talk about it. But anyway, going into it, I want to immediately get your opinion, Mr. Hollingsworth, about the Big 12 tournament. We do got a bracket up here. You want to get into it?
Got some stuff. Hold on, Joseph. We got some stuff to take care of.
Oh wait, my fault.
Shout out to Star Pizza.
I'm hungry.
Somebody send some Star Pizza.
Shout out to Mike Pittman, great guy over there at Star Pizza, for being the amazing sponsor that they are. Always coming through when we need it, and giving out some good food, man. The entire city of Houston, you guys need to go get Star Pizza, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They got buffet tomorrow at 11:30, so make sure you guys go hit up Star Pizza. Now, Joseph, we can get into it.
All right, bro, take it off. It's your job now.
Hey, you Molly.
I'm Molly. All right, Mr. Hollingsworth.
What's up?
Hollingsworth, how you doing today, sir?
Good, man. How about y'all? Glad to be on.
Doing great, man. I just wanted to get into it immediately, man. We have an exciting week to look forward to. Dan, you want to pull it up for me?
Yeah, let's throw this on there first.
I got a new unk on the scene.
Hey, man, I retired it, man. I had to retire it I had to spare Daniel, but he's always going to be unk number one in my heart. So,
hey, somebody might call this an unk fest.
I'm saving the average age, bro. I'm saving it. I hear it shoots up to around 40, huh?
You're still a teenager, right, Colin?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Hey, congratulations.
Think about it.
Colin beat Teenage Fever.
Nice. Before we get into throwing this graphic on the screen, I would like to apologize. We could not get the dimensions correct, so it might look a little funky. Here we go.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, glad we can still see Cullen. No, not Cullen. That's Kenneth's ear in the left.
Yeah. On my screen, it's just my shoulder. So
I see your ear.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Anyway, immediately, Mr. Hollingsworth, I know you're Mr. Experience over here. You got a lot of great knowledge. I wanted to ask, what stuck out to you for this tournament?
As far as Houston's concerned, I really like how the bracket shook out for us. I mean, if you look at the top part, they've got Arizona, Texas Tech, Iowa State, 3 teams that Houston has struggled with. So that's 3 teams that you don't have to see until the championship game should you get there. So I like our chances against, either Kansas or TCU to get to the championship game. And then you obviously like your chances with BYU or West Virginia, just with the way that BYU's been playing lately. Without Saunders, they're just a completely different team. They never really had the depth, even with Richie Saunders, but without him, I'm not sure that they get past West Virginia. So, you can see either one of those guys, and you got to feel pretty good about that. And then have a chance for a redemption against Kansas there to go to the championship game. So, I really like the way the bracket shook out for Houston in this one.
Yeah, I think it's super favorable. I would say all 3 of the main juggernauts are kind of in that upper bracket. Kansas is definitely a scary team, but, facing Kansas not on Big Monday, not at Allen Fieldhouse, you would think, the odds are probably in Houston's favor for that matchup.
Yeah, they tilt a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What have you seen out of Texas Tech so far, Jayme? Just without JC Toppin and the way that they, just adjusted to playing without them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Petty, the freshman guard, he's really stepped up a lot. He's taken his game to another level. I thought the first time that we played them, my game plan would be to run him off the 3-point line and make him, take a tough contested jumper. But he's actually really improved there. So with him, Christian Anderson having to step up, take his game to another level. He's played lights out. But for me, it's Atwell. He's another guy that he's probably the guy in the past 4 years, him and LJ Cryer, that I felt like if they get a clean look, it's going in every single time. So I think he's probably the key for them. If teams let him get open looks, then he's probably going to knock them down. And they're a team to watch out for just with the way that those 3 have been playing. I would make Lawan Watts be the guy to beat me. He hasn't really stepped up like I think they would hope that he had. And then their depth is still an issue. Once they get into that bench, they got to be a little bit worried. So if any of their main guys get into foul trouble, then they're pretty soft.
Yeah. Do you have any teams you're looking out for or dark horses?
I think the one that everybody's kind of looking out for right now is TCU. They're one of those teams that when I was looking at the numbers earlier before I hopped on, they don't blow you away with just great stats, but they're also not terrible at anything. Most of the teams that I looked at, they all have a pretty glaring weakness. But for me, TCU's just right there, pretty average at everything, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I think that they've given Kansas trouble. So that could be a team to watch out for. They could put an upset on Kansas.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I was looking at TCU being a potential upset to Kansas. And just what are your thoughts on the Kansas team? Just from what I've seen personally, and I may be wrong in a couple of days, but Kansas doesn't really move me. Just from what I've seen from this year.
Yeah, everybody looks at Peterson. Obviously he's a potential top 3 pick. He's probably going to go in the top 3. And he's a great player. But for me, it's Council that makes him go. He and Badunga, they're tough. So I think if you can slow down Council and transition, which Houston did a great job, early in the game, and then he found that confidence and he and Trey White took over. But if you can slow him down, I really like your chances. because I just don't have the faith right now in DNP to get them where they want to go. But yeah, if you can slow down Council, I think he's the key.
One of the matchups that really intrigued me, Kansas State versus BYU. I think both of those teams are kind of in an interesting place right now. I would personally favor BYU to win that. And then once BYU gets to West Virginia, I'm curious if you could just break down that game for us. You know, who would you personally favor in that matchup?
In the Kansas State game?
Winner of Kansas State, BYU facing Virginia or West Virginia.
Yeah, I like West Virginia against either one of them. I think that, you know, the 1-2 punch for BYU is so good with DeBansa and Rob Wright. But if you can slow down one of them, I just don't think they have enough around them without Saunders to get over the edge. But I don't like Kansas State at all. I think they're starting to quit a little bit. I think Haggerty sat out a game the other day. People are questioning, is he sitting out just so that he can get ready to transfer again? So I look for BYU to probably get past them. West Virginia is not great, but they've got enough guys that can shoot it pretty well that I think they can get past BYU should they get to that game.
Yeah, I think looking at BYU, I mean, and they're dealing with a couple of other injuries outside of Saunders. It's kind of just AJ and friends, and that's only going to get you so far. So yeah, I mean, I would have to
every week.
Hey man, I gotta keep adding to my bag, but but like you said, Jayme, with BYU, they're only going to go so far. So I would have to agree. I don't really see them making it out of that West Virginia game either.
Yeah, the only chance they have, I mean, they absolutely have the best player, and sometimes a superstar can put you on their back and carry you through a win. Against it, I mean, I think West Virginia is an average team. Honor Huff, great shooter, but he hasn't really taken off like I thought that he might when we played him earlier in the year. So they have a chance just because you have a superstar, and West Virginia doesn't have a superstar. But I think the West Virginia is just a little bit deeper than they are and can probably get them there.
Right.
Yeah, and actually,
you got it, Justin.
No, you go ahead, Cullen. I'll go after you.
I was just gonna say, how confident are you in the Houston Cougars?
No, I'm really confident. I didn't really dig into the bracket until today, but when I saw the three teams that I'm really the most concerned with being in the top part, I thought that was pretty eye-opening. Now, should they get to the championship and play Arizona? It's hard to say. I mean, they had their chances to beat Arizona. Del Orso comes in, bangs a bunch of threes. They are, so when I talked about TCU earlier about, they're just average at everything. They don't, they're not great at anything, but they don't suck at anything. Arizona, everybody knows that they struggle shooting the three. So if you can prevent those threes that Del Orso hit, the first time around, and then just keep the boards clean, which is a lot easier said than done because they're so good on both ends of the court on the boards. So if you can do that, prevent some of those threes, then yeah, I like them to, maybe cut down the nets again.
Yeah, I was going to add. I was going to bring up a point. You said something there a little bit ago that BYU has the best player. I wanted to get your reaction, seeing that AJ DeBansa did not win Big 12 Player of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, I think Toppin probably deserved it, but you can't give it to him because he missed so many games down the stretch. And then DeBansa, I mean, he's as good as they come. So this one was definitely one of those. We're just going to give it to the leader of the best team, and they were by far the best team. Just looking at all their stats, with the exception of 3-pointers, they're top 5 in everything in the conference. So they were by far the best team. But yeah, I guess he's just kind of what makes them go. Krivas, great defender, but he's not a player of the year kind of guy. So, I was a little surprised, but I guess they just gave it to the leader of the best team.
Yeah, I was a little interested to see that. I mean, I get it, but even though you have probably the number 1 overall pick and the numbers he put up this year, I just think Advanced deserved it personally. But
I can't disagree with Jayme. I think you see the same thing in the MVP race in the NBA every season. You have a player who's on the 7th seed or 8th seed, and you have a player who's on the 1st seed, and they might be doing a little bit worse, but they're leading the best team. So I really kind of can't be mad at that. I think on paper, 1v1, stats-wise, however you want to spin it, AJ probably is the better basketball player. But team value, I don't think he's contributing as much, especially because his team's not winning. Or they're not winning the way Arizona is.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they really struggled down the stretch. I mean, but I gained a lot of respect seeing DeBanza play in person. I went up to the BYU game, and I mean, his first step, like I've never seen anybody in college get that long of a step from the 3-point line to the basket. I mean, he's really, really special. So, I'm sure he's going to try to have that chip on his shoulder and try to pull some upsets in the tournament. But we'll see.
In terms of player of the year, I mean, I was just say, okay, if you don't want to give it to Toppin because he got hurt, and you don't want to give it to the DeBanza because his team isn't that high in the Big 12 standings, I would have gave it to Braden Berries. I mean, he's a leading scorer for Arizona. Jaden Bradley, he is the leader for that squad. He is that vet, but statistically, he's not even the best player on that team. So I don't really know what really went into that selection.
Experience. Yeah, I feel like it was a big key picture for that one, but I don't think there's any direct answer. But kind of wanted to get into that. Daniel, if you want to pull up the comment from Noah Denu, I don't know how to say it, Noah. Because I was actually about to bring that point up as well. It's a year we've seen with so many upsets happening every week. I wanted to see, like, maybe this is a year where they actually take the conference tournament into account. I wanted to get your opinions on that.
Yeah, I think they're locked in as a 2 no matter what. Especially if they win that first game. I think they're locked in as a 2. I don't know that they get the 2 in the South. If they were to lose to Kansas, I think they probably need to get to the championship game. But yeah, I think if they can get to the championship game, then they definitely lock down the 2. If they lose to Kansas, I think they'll still be a 2, but they just won't be in the South.
Praying for my pockets, I'm praying it's in the South, man.
Oh yeah, I think we're all. That's what the entire city of Houston is looking at. Get in the South. I think that's the goal. I mean, the team. I'm sure they want to play it to us, and they're probably not saying it, but I'm sure it's very intriguing at the possibility of having a March Madness game hosted in your city.
Sure. I want to go back to the top of this bracket. Baylor, Arizona State, the winner of that faces Iowa State, winner of that Tech. Presumably, Iowa State and Tech will face each other, and then the winner of that will face likely Arizona. 3 of those teams being, 3 of UH's toughest games of the season, and unfortunately 3 of the losses from this season. I'm curious, which of those matchups do you think as a Cougar would be most intriguing for them? Which one would they probably be, prefer, honestly?
Yeah. No, I think Iowa State is the team that I would keep an eye on. It's somebody that could beat Arizona just because of their ability to make outside shots. If Momcilovic can get hot, they're as good as anybody. But like in the game where they played us, he ended up on the bench because he couldn't make anything. We had him locked down. But unfortunately, we let the role players like Heisey go off. So I think that they're a team that if he's hot, he can carry a team to the finals, along with Jefferson and Lipsy. They have, to me, probably one of the top big 3s in the whole country. So if their role players can just do the little things, do their job, and the big 3 for them can do what they're capable of, that would be the team that I'd keep an eye out. They call it Hilton South. So they have a phenomenal crowd in Kansas City. So that's another thing that they probably have an advantage against anybody there other than Kansas. So they're the team that I would keep an eye out for. Texas Tech just doesn't move me right now. I just don't think they have the depth. And if you can slow down one of their big three, then I think you have a really good chance to beat them.
Yeah, and we saw what they were able to do to Christian Anderson. Honestly, they were really able to limit him, and that was with JT on the floor. So I imagine with all the eyes on Anderson, that would probably be a pretty favorable matchup for UH if they were to advance.
Yeah.
Jayme, have you been to the Big 12 tournament?
I haven't. It's tough because I try to go to a lot of the road games throughout the year, and then it's just right there before the NCAA tournament, and I'm going to follow them wherever they go for the NCAA. So it's kind of a tradition for me and my dad. He's a former high school coach. We both love ball. Grew up watching it our entire lives. So it's kind of a tradition for us either to get together here, go to a casino, which we're going to do this weekend, and go to the sports room and just watch ball for 4 or 5 days. So so I try to skip out on the conference tournaments, and then we'll get together at the big show.
Sounds just as good, honestly. Maybe even better.
Yeah.
Got to get your travel funds at the casino.
For sure.
Yeah. Don't be like Daniel.
I was in Vegas this last weekend or this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna talk about that?
I've had better weekends.
Oh, sure.
What you play in Vegas?
Blackjack. I tried my luck with slots. Unfortunately, all the luck went to my friend. He was making money on slots. Yep. Blackjack, though, I got a little too greedy, pushed it a little too hard.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's how they get you. But live and learn, right?
For sure.
I was going to say, though, I'm really sad that we're going to miss you, but I kind of wanted to say this. For the first time this entire year, all 4 quarters will be at a basketball game together. I just wanted to put that hands up.
Plus Media Kev will be joining us.
Media Kev, yep.
Yes. Shout out to Mr. Rodriguez. He was the sugar daddy for the trip. Got everything.
Yeah, we don't gotta say that.
Yeah, there were so many other ways to phrase that.
And then shout out Joseph. We're gonna be taking his car up there, so everything we could possibly to save money and make our way up there, we made it happen for sure. Shout out my dad. That's a real goat.
We got Mike in the chat. But where is Jayme going to be going for the first weekend of the NCAA tourney?
I booked a flight to Oklahoma City, so that's where I'm filling. But we'll see. But it seems like that's the route that everybody has us going right now.
I've seen the OKC being moved around in a couple of different regions. Like I saw someone have the OKC round in the East region, and that just doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Andrew Kynes, $15. Why do I get the lead? Why do I get $1?
Because he knows you get the most motion. You don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Yeah, I need all of that, bro. You don't know what to do with that.
I have a question for y'all. I think over the course of this season, we've been seeing teams adjust to Houston's physicality and kind of be physical back. I think a few games ago, it was Iowa, where we talked about that they were just as physical. We saw that against Texas Tech too. How do you think that will affect the Big 12 tournament and March Madness? Do you think that they're going to allow teams to play Houston physically because they know Houston's a physical team? Do you think they're going to allow Houston to kind of play? I know JoJo getting into foul trouble is something everyone's concerned about. But if it's a physical game, do you guys think that they'll let it ride?
I think most of the time in the tournament, you're going to get the best of the best referees, which unfortunately for Houston usually means that they call it tighter. So I don't know about other teams, giving it back to Houston. But they do tend to call things tighter in the tournament. So you have to keep an eye on guys like JoJo and E-Man. E-Man's been fouling a lot lately. So two guys we got to keep on the court for sure. So, yeah, I think that's definitely something to keep an eye on.
I agree.
I feel like JoJo's over the
He's
last
been getting better.
games improved for sure. It's kind of been like you mentioned, E-Man. He's been the one getting into foul trouble. But, if you can maintain both of those guys on the court, it's hard to match that physicality from the two of those, especially.
Yeah. And I will say, from my perspective, I thought they were just trying to take advantage of the freshmen and how they were a little more experienced. You could tell Kingston didn't really like being bumped at the beginning of the year, and I think people picked up on that. But what you have seen over the past couple of games is the offense is now adapting. It's no longer just, okay, Kingston dribble drive. All right, it's going to Kingston dribble drive, but now we have answers, right? And I think from that we see that, Coach Sampson is a Hall of Fame coach for a reason. They got something planned. They already been working on it, especially with this time off. I'm looking forward to see something really, really important happen for this team.
One thing that he pointed out in his press conference after the Arizona game was that Arizona went away from the pick and roll so that Houston couldn't blitz. And Houston creates so many turnovers off their blitz. And if Houston can't score easy baskets off turnovers, then it's hard for them to score. So they were picking on Kingston. They were screening off ball, getting the Russian freshman. I'm not going to try to say his name, but they were getting him matched up on Kingston and going to work because he's just so big. So I think that's something to keep an eye on. Should we play Arizona again is how we match up with them this time around.
Right.
Speaking of playing opponents again,
I want to get to this real quick.
Yeah.
If Florida somehow loses in the SEC tournament and UH wins the Big 12 tournament, could UH potentially snag that last 1 seed?
I think it's possible. Weirder things have happened. If should Florida get upset, especially early in the SEC tournament, and then Houston was to win the Big 12, it'd be hard to keep them out for sure. Because, I know Ryan and Brad have kind of been going at it on Cats about Florida's resume. The SEC is not great, so it'll be interesting to see what the committee thinks. But yeah, I think that should you win the Big 12 tournament, that you have a legitimate shot to steal that last seed, especially with UConn losing the other day the way they lost to Marquette.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Coach getting ejected, all that type of stuff.
Worst case scenario, you win the Big 12, they lose, you're still going to play in the South for sure. So
what would have to happen for them to be placed in the Midwest?
Probably lose to West Virginia.
Okay. And then
or BYU, West Virginia, BYU,
West Virginia, BYU, or Kansas State.
Or Kansas State.
I think if you make it, I think if you make it to the championship, I would say that's there's a good chance that they get into the South. But I really think if you just make it past that, make it to that semifinal round, it might be a little discussion if they should be placed in the South. But I would say they're pretty much in the South that they make that championship game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's throw this comment up there. Florida plays in an SEC that is terrible on defense. I don't know too much about, I guess, the defense of SEC teams. Is that true, Jayme?
Let's jump into the SEC. So I've known Bucky for 20 years. We're from the same area. That's Texas A&M's coach.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see the tweet that they put out today?
No,
I did not know.
What did they put out?
They put out a tweet today that they were projected, like they made a big deal that they were projected to be 13th in the conference, but they tied for 4th. So they're celebrating being tied for 4th in the SEC, which I get it, but who's running their social media account over there? But anyway,
somebody
tied 4th place. But no, SEC's down. We saw Arkansas up close and personal, and that game was really never close from the jump. Auburn. What y'all think? Is Auburn getting in?
If they put them in, I might lose.
I've seen Auburn in some discussions, but I don't think they should get in. That team stinks this year. I don't know.
I think they're better than their record shows, but I don't think you should be able to get in with a. Are they even 500 or were they 16?
They're 16 and 15 right now.
They're 16. Yeah, they're over 500. I don't know what their conference record is right now.
Yeah.
But it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. I just think with how competitive this year has been, I just think, but especially with the SEC being the way it is, you might give U of H a shout over Florida for having that Big 12 championship. Especially the Big 12, in my opinion, is quite obviously the best conference this year. So that's just, obviously I'm having wishful thinking too. I want to see them in the South, but just that's something I know is going through their head as well.
I don't know, man. The MAC was the only conference to have an undefeated team.
You're right, best conference.
Yeah, best conference in America.
Unbiased answers. How is Houston beating Arizona?
Hitting their shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do.
Let De La Rosa, I don't know if I pronounced his name correctly. That guy can't shoot. Yeah, he can't shoot like 100% from the field again. That was big.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to hope that they have one of their bad shooting nights. You got to hope that you have a good shooting night. And like I said before, you got to keep the boards clean. If you can do those three things, then you definitely have a chance of beating Arizona. But it's hard to do those three things when they're so good.
For sure. Yeah. And Braden Burries was honestly, I believe he was sick that game, but he wasn't really
flu.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah. So I mean, you got fortunate in that regard, and then Koa Pete also didn't play. So realistically, that's a really tough team to beat. Arizona is as good as their rank says.
Yeah, you really had a lot of chances with those two. With Burries being under the weather, with Pete being out, and then really with both bigs being in foul trouble. They had their chances to take advantage. They got the lead. Just let it get away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And being at home too, too many factors in your favor.
Got you. Real quick, guys, we got a lot of comments backed up that I think we need to go through. Y'all want to have a quick little comment time?
Yeah,
sure. Let's do it.
All right. Let you go, Daniel.
We'll move down to up.
Okay,
all
right. There we go. Michigan would be a tough matchup with Lenborg. Yaxel's the real deal. Kenneth and I were fortunate to watch this guy hoop in person at the Players Era Championship.
That dude is
guy
nice.
Is physical. He is a bucket. He is tough to stop. Jayme, I'm curious what you've seen from Michigan, but Yaxel in particular.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been following Yaxel for about 4 years because he played at UAB where I went to school and worked for the team there before he transferred to Michigan. So I've known how good he is for a minute. He's the real deal. He's a matchup nightmare. He can play inside, outside. One of the things that my dad told me the other day is he has not fouled out this year. So if you have a dominant big like that can stay on the court for the entire game, then that's a problem. But Michigan, good guard play. They can shoot it. They got the 7'2" kid. Can't think of his name right now, but they have him to go along with Yax. So Michigan's a good team. I mean, a really good team. They can beat anybody, but they've had some games where they've slipped up, don't make the outside shots, and give teams chances. So just one of those any given days.
Yep.
One thing I think UH has struggled with all season is teams with taller, small forwards. Arizona, Auburn, Utah, Karchinkov, Keyshawn Hall, Keanu Dawes.
I mean, I think that might be a given, just seeing that U of H loves to run three guards. That would be your one area of weakness is that, okay, instead of having a guard there, you have a bigger, maybe a 3-and-D guy. But I want to get your opinion on that, Mr. Hollingsworth.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. If you follow me on social media, then you know that I have a man crush on Keanu Dawes and want him to be a Coug next year. So praying that he gets in the portal and comes home.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I love players like that can do a little bit of both, inside or outside, especially when they can put the ball on the ground like Keanu or Keyshawn Hall for Auburn can do. It's just, I mean, it's hard for anybody to guard that, but you're right, Joseph. Just the just the size advantage. It's just hard for any of our guys to guard those type of players.
I also think he should get in the portal and come back home to Houston.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. This comment right here kind of takes us back to the conversation we were having a little while ago about a Big 12 Player of the Year. If winning is the criteria for the award, then why didn't LJ win last year?
For me, I mean, DeBanza, as good as he was, they still finished 10th in the conference. Texas Tech, they beat us last year at home. So they were a little bit more competitive. And then his numbers were just prolific, averaging a double-double and just dominating every team that he played. So, yeah, obviously I would like to have seen LJ win it last year. Thought that he probably deserved it. But, yeah, just the way that he competed and kept his team in the chance to be a championship team, I think he probably did enough to win it last year.
Fair.
Could Houston win a Final Four?
Hey, give me a ticket.
I mean, I think just my take on it. Yeah, I mean, they could. I think a lot of these teams could win. Will they win? I think a lot of things have to go right for this team. They have to just come out and play their style of basketball. I mean, going back to that 3-game losing streak they had, I just don't think they just played their brand of basketball. Kelvin Sampson said a couple of times that they turned into a jump shooting team. They couldn't create in the half court. I think this is a flawed team like any team is in the nation. So it's just it's about matchups anyways at the end of the day with basketball. So it's gonna be about who they play, what teams can do against UH, and can they exploit UH's weaknesses. And then on the other hand, UH, can they play their game of basketball? Can they turn teams over? Can they play fast? And can they make their shots?
Yeah, for sure. I think they're going to have to take their toughness to an even higher level. There's been times in that Kansas game, for example. I mean, there was times that we just got out toughed. When they get into that tournament, they're as good as anybody. They're as skilled as anybody. The bench is starting to come along. Y'all talk about Mercy every week. He's playing much, much better.
Yeah. Mercy's
Chase.
Chase.
McCarty minutes.
Mr. 256. We're from the same area code. So, he's taken off. So if those two guys can give us some meaningful minutes, get the guys, they're having to play so much a break. And then if we can just put it together, I mean, can you imagine if Los and Eman and Kingston, Chris just had one of those games? They're as good as anybody in the country for sure. So definitely have the talent to win it all.
Yeah, and I think another thing with me, though, is like you speak about this team, can it win the Final Four? Yes, it has the potential to. A lot of teams have the potential to win the Final Four, but it's called potential because rarely anybody ever plays to that. It's about the expectation.
That's
I think.
smart.
Words wisdom from Jayme, but the truth is what is their expectation? What do they actually believe they can do? Because if you can believe it, then you can actually play to your potential. I think it's been a little up and down, especially being a younger team. You start losing, and you're not used to that feeling of using. A lot of these players that came in, our freshmen, came from very high winning programs, very prestigious players, and then also some of them aren't used to playing the roles they're playing. It's just about gelling that in the most important part of the year, which is the tournament season. So. Really interested to see what they do from there.
I'd have to agree that we haven't seen really this team consistently. Everyone have like an all-around game. Everyone pitches in. It's happened, once or twice maybe. But I think when UH is at their best, the ball is moving around. Everyone's scoring. Everyone's defending. Everyone's doing their job. So we really just have, and that's what, and Kelvin Sampson spoke on that too. He's just looking for that consistency all around performances from everyone. Because we might get a JoJo and Chris game, and then the guards aren't hooping, or we might get a Kingston game, and Milo's shot is off. So it's really going to take all 5 guys on the floor pitching in and contributing and doing their job. And then, we're gonna need the bench to come in and contribute too. Mercy Miller, Khalifa, Chase, those guys. I think they're at the top of the rotation right now, and we're gonna really be expecting them to do something off the bench.
I need Sanak to rise. I need him to rise. I know we've seen what he's capable of, but I need him to rise, bro.
Yeah, this it's that time of year. This is a time for you to have a moment.
Yeah, and it's not even just all the guys kind of being on at the same time offensively. Let's say all three guards are shooting lights out, but JoJo's in foul trouble, Chris is in foul trouble. What good is it if you're giving up buckets every play and you're giving them 3 points at the line? So I think it can't just be that. They need to be on all across the board, offense and defense, to really to win it all. We saw that against Florida. I think, I hate bringing that game up time and time again, but I really think they would have won had they not gotten into foul trouble late into the second half. I think that was really, really what kind of, one, shifted momentum and kind of took our chances away.
Like I said, it's playing to that potential, playing smart basketball. I'm just playing together as a team, and they go play bowling every week. That has to mean something this time. That has to mean something at this time of the year. That's my point.
Yeah.
I don't know how many bowling alley tournaments they're having this week. They're locked in. Yeah.
Go ahead.
We do have a couple more comments. Let's see. Let's put this one on there. I think the way UH got Toby Awaka and Mo Crevis in foul trouble showed that they can potentially knock off a team that may be bigger and taller. So I wouldn't be too worried about Michigan, Duke, Arizona.
That's another thing you got to question.
I mean, they played Cooper Flag in the Final Four last year. We didn't have anybody that was 6'10" to go against Cooper Flag.
Yeah,
that's true.
So the size thing. Obviously, it matters, but I mean, UH has played bigger teams and in high stakes matchups, and I wouldn't discredit UH just for their lack of size.
Yeah, and honestly, I know this is kind of out the blue, but I wanted to ask it again. I know we talked about it before, but 2 months down the line, Cooper Flag or AJ Debenster, who you taking?
Cooper Flag.
Coop, still the same answer?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jamie, what do you think?
I think Coop. I was thinking earlier, what do y'all think about Debanza as an NBA player? I know the comparison type stuff, but do y'all think that he's like somebody that you can make a shoe for, you can promote him? What do you think, like, with his personality and all that kind of stuff?
I think he's hiding his personality based on what school he's at right now.
Fair. That is true. I think he has the personality to be marketable, but I just don't know, because I would say he's probably going to be on the Jazz. I just don't see how you can market a guy on the Jazz.
Not anymore.
Why do y'all think he's going to the Jazz?
Bro, let's be honest.
Before the basketball season even started, to be fair. So just going off those rumors, I think your location, your personality, I think a lot of that stuff kind of factors into if you're marketable or not. That's my opinion.
What's y'all's players comp on it?
I like well for your first question, I definitely think he's marketable. His personality, you may not see it like on like social media or whatever, but I mean you definitely see it in the games. And this is why I like Debanza over Darren Peterson just as a prospect. I mean, skill wise, they're probably 1A, 1B, but as a draft pick, I take AJ number one. One, just because I think AJ is just a good teammate overall. He likes to hype his team up every time they make a play. I always see AJ. He's going to his guys. They're chest bumping, dapping each other up. So just that part is why I give AJ the edge in terms of draft selection, and in terms of him being marketable. It's going to depend on what team he lands on, because that stuff matters. But if he gets into the right situation in the right spot, I don't see why AJ would be the next star or the next shoe or whatever.
Like I said, I think he's hiding it a lot based on where he is. I feel like he's the type of player that gets to the league and you're never going to hear him start talking for a good reason, though, because he seems like a cool person. But one thing you were talking about, what's our player comp? Chancellor Johnson said something that I can't get out of my head. A taller Tracy McGrady. And I think that's a very, very good comp, man.
I think that's a good comp, too. I was thinking Kevin Garnett with more of a bag, but I think Tracy McGrady, a taller Tracy McGrady is better.
I've been comparing him to Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
I see him somewhere between Tatum and Brown, both for the Celtics.
Yeah, I like that as well. Which is Jaylen Brown's having an amazing without Jason Tatum. He was given MVP love, and Jason Tatum coming back from that injury is insane. You said what? But honestly, I kind of want
for him to come back so soon, bro.
Yeah, but they're straight in that playoff spot. He wants to win the East again, so you're gonna see him play. I think honestly, to piggyback off of that question, there's a few players that I've seen comps for recently that I'm really interested in. Of course, a couple on University of Houston. We saw Kingston get compared to Russell Westbrook. I wanted to hear y'all's thoughts on that, man.
So I went to watch Kingston play last year when he was in high school. I went to watch him a couple of times, and he's holding – I'm not going to say he's holding back his athleticism here. He can fly.
Oh, yeah.
And we've seen it a few times, but he can do some sick things. I see him more in that, let's just say, Ja Morant without the guns. I think he's that type of athlete and that type of scorer. I think that's my player comp for him. But, yeah, he's definitely got the Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose athleticism for sure that we really haven't even seen yet.
And that was one thing I noticed watching just little clips of highlights and stuff of Kingston last year. I was like, this dude's bouncy. Like he can get up, especially as a guard. I mean, he's 6'4", so he's not I wouldn't say he's a small guard, but he can definitely jump out the gym.
Yeah, and also,
and when Scott Drew mentioned that about Russell Westbrook, I went back and watched some Russell Westbrook in college, and when I'm thinking Russell Westbrook, I'm thinking of a big, muscular guard that Kingston's not quite yet, but Russ was pretty thin in college. So yeah, I mean, he very well could, if he hits the weights, and which he will, he could bulk up to be like that type of guy. But for right now, I just see Ja Morant.
I hope he doesn't take that Russell Westbrook route. We need you to have some type of jumper.
No, I will say though. I was gonna say this with the Russell Westbrook thing. Like, you kind of hit on it. He just turned 19, and he grew 2 inches from last year. I'm really interested to see how he develops and how as he puts on muscle and strength and explosiveness. I think Russell Westbrook may have been a little bit more explosive at this age, but obviously there's a lot more to be seen with Kingston. But in addition, I kind of like what you said there, Kenneth. If you look at Russell Westbrook towards the end of his career, how that explosiveness kind of killed his end of career because he's not the same athlete no more, and he's beat up his hands. Learn from that. I want to see Kingston be smart. Go down the LeBron route instead of the Russell route.
I mean, but if you're telling any of these 19-year-olds that by the time you're 36, 37, you're still going to be in the league. Russ just dropped a triple-double, a 20-point triple-double last night, I think it was, and he's made how many hundreds of millions in his career? I think it'll be
over $300 million in career earnings.
Yeah, got an MVP. He's going straight to the Hall once he retires. I mean, shoot, there's worse comps to get. I really like the Ja Morant comp, though. I think that makes a little more sense than Russ because I've seen the scoring capabilities for Kingston more so on the shooting end. Obviously, we know Russ can, in his prime, he could get you 30 a night. He can drop 40, 50. I think Kingston has that kind of potential as well in the league. I just think he has a higher upside when it comes to shooting efficiency, I think. I can also see De'Aaron Fox, like Jay Mitch just said, that kind of athletic facilitating guard.
Yeah, and I think that's who Kingston's kind of compared himself to. I think I've heard him say Fox and a little bit of Halliburton, but I think he's a better athlete than Halliburton.
Yeah.
De'Aaron, I was just gonna say De'Aaron Fox shouted him out in the interview the other day, and they both rock number 4. So
yeah. I am curious. This is one of the better draft classes in recent memory. The top 10 alone has so much talent and so much potential. What is your lottery kind of shaping out to look like right now? Like for the most part, the top 3 are pretty set, 4 or 5 even. But what do you kind of see the rest of the lottery picks kind of panning out?
I haven't really dug too much into it yet, just to be honest.
Okay.
You know, I know, the top 5 to 6, Caleb Wilson, Kingston, and then the big 3. A lot of people talking about the kid for Illinois, the other guard, Wagler, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Once you get past that 7, it's kind of a toss-up for me.
Yeah. I think Acuff is super talented too. I could see him sneaking up from draft boards.
That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
Perhaps taking Kingston's spot in the top 5.
He could.
His course. But I think just like you said, the top 7 or 8 guys, star potential in the league. It's a super talented draft class this year.
Yeah, it's probably the best since 04, or was it 03 with LeBron, Bosh, and D Wade and those guys. Carmelo Anthony.
That was a good class.
Oh, welcome back, Cullen. Oh no, he's
joining. He'll be here.
And while we're waiting on him, can we put up Towns' comment real quick?
Oh yeah, so much depth in this draft. You can flip a coin on 8 through 20.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a couple guys 8 through 20 that I feel would strongly benefit from another year in college. One of them we've talked about off stream. Not going to mention it, but a couple other guys on other teams, I think. But there's a couple guys in that 8 to 20 range that could easily be top 5 picks in the following years.
I think we said it. I think the guy. I think
we said it on. We said it on.
Chris. Yeah, Chris and I. Yeah, we said that last episode.
We want him back. I'm being greedy.
From a non-UH perspective, I just think Chris is I would say he's more of a raw prospect at the moment in terms of just being an NBA player. I do think he has NBA potential and he will play in the NBA one day. And he'll probably play in the NBA next year if that's what his choice is. But he would largely benefit from staying another year with UH, just working in that system another year, and just having to develop on his craft more. And like I said, I mean, if he comes back to UH for year 2, Chris is going to be a beast.
Yeah, I have a question. I know Coach Sampson brought it up at the Big 12 tournament that a player that was pretty similar to him when it comes to like pedigree and him having to leave is what he was saying was Jarris Walker. Do you think they've had conversations about that? Chris picking Jarris as a brain about what decision to make?
I mean, maybe. I would say. I mean, I don't think Chris is going to be right now. I mean, he's projected to go outside of the lottery. And I think if Chris, when that time comes and teams start telling him where he's going to fall, so if he falls in that 20s, in that 15 to 20 range or beyond, I think that there is going to probably be a real thorough discussion about coming back. And obviously, that dollar amount is going to have to make sense for him to come back too. Then it gets into that part too. But I mean, Jarris Walker was the 8th pick. I mean, you got to go. You're the 8th overall pick. So the staff is not even going to try to keep you. They're telling you to go.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for Chris to stay just because I think mentally he just had that expectation of I'm one and done. But if they've had that conversation, give them a guideline of this is what you could be if you just spend one more year here. That next draft class is trash. So he could legitimately go top 3 if he will just stay for one more year, but it's also hard to turn down, first round money if you're just looking, a couple of months down the road. But if you're willing to look big picture, you got a good chance of going top 5 at worst.
Yeah.
I would say, and we can get to this comment. I would say with that, I think with Chris, like if he falls into the 20s range, I would say that might be a pro of not being, projected lottery top 10 of where you were initially projected. And, because if you're in that top 10, you're probably going to be on a bad team. If Chris falls in the 20s and ends up LA first, he's probably going to play for a better team. And he's on a team that they're not going to expect him to play right away. And, he can sit back and develop. So that's the same, like you said, it's going to come down to what he wants. I would say this, though, over the summer, Chris thought he was going to be playing USA basketball. And he ended up being cut from USA basketball. So I feel like he's already gone through that type of adversity. I don't want to say maybe you're not good as you think you are, but he's had, coaches and institutions tell him, well, you were Team USA. They said, well, you're not good enough to make a team, and they sent him back to U of H. So I would think that's something to think about when he's making his decision and what this staff is telling him.
Yeah, we also got to think about Arafan coming in next year too. So
that's also a factor because you got Arafan coming through. I would think JoJo is going to stay for his senior season. So it's going to. I think they can make it work with all three. Have Arafan come off the bench maybe.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of film on Arafan, and I like him a lot. I just don't know that he's going to be. I wouldn't get my expectations up too high early. He's got to work on his footwork and his speed for sure, especially playing the way of defense that we play with blitz and the ball screens. Right now, he'd be toast if he got out there and tried to defend a ball screen. So, but hey, he knew what he signed up for, and I know that Coach Bishop's going to get him right, get his feet right, get his weight down, get him strong. But he's a force down low. I mean, he's somebody that we have not seen since Josh Carlton for sure in the post. So somebody to be excited about, but I would temper my expectations at least for a little while until he gets used to playing college ball.
Got you.
Yeah.
Now, kind of want to follow that up. I know you've done a lot of research on a lot of University of Houston players. What can we look forward to past the Big 12 tournament, past Martin Trematis, with players like Isaiah Harwell, with Mercy Miller, with even Bryce Jackson, Cordell, and all these players that it's their turn to step up next year? Yeah,
I think, when they get back in June, they just take that next step every single year. I think that their summer workouts are just so good and gets the guys ready to go. They recruit the toughness, they recruit your skill, and then they, fine tune it into Houston basketball. So I would look for all of them to take that next step. Hopefully they all stay and, get ready to go because it'll be their time for sure. And when you lose as many guys as we're, guaranteed to lose, it's next man up. So I know our coaching staff puts in a ton of work with them in June in the individual workouts and then the team workouts, and they'll be ready to go for sure. But yeah, especially, Mercy, Chase, you're seeing what they're already turning into. So I think that they're going to take that next step. And then what's the other guy? Isaiah Zay. He's playing like a freshman should play. I know we all had the high expectations and this and that, but, coming off the injuries that he's come off of and then having to jump right into, elite basketball, he's just playing like a normal freshman should play. So we know what he's capable of. He shined in the McDonald's game. So it's there. We know it's there. And, I look forward to a big summer for him to take that next jump, him and Bryce both. I watch Bryce a lot. I think he's from Shadow Creek. Super. He's sneaky athletic. He can shoot it, but, he's super athletic. So another guy that, he could take that Chase McCarty jump next year for sure.
Yeah, speaking on Isaiah Harwell, I think he also went through a lot over the summer, like you said. He didn't really have a real chance to acclimate himself into the program, and obviously there's an expectation for him to come and perform just because he has those those 5 stars next to his name. But I think he's going to be a good player for this program. It's going to come when it comes. And Bryce is a guy I see a lot in practice. Sometimes after practice he's trying to do windmills and stuff. But I wanted to ask you about the potential of potentially adding a Caleb Holt. I mean, some I've seen a lot of things about him. In my opinion, I think it's going to come down to Houston, Arizona, when he makes his decision. Some people think he's going to come to U of H, just the recruiting services and the articles.
And Joseph too.
Some people think he's going to pass on this program, and I think if he does, I think it's going to be Arizona. But what do you think of the potential of adding Caleb Holt? Will he even come to UH, and how does that just affect the rotation overall?
Yeah. So I'm a big Caleb Holt fan. He's another Alabama kid. When I was coaching in high school ball back in Alabama, he was playing. So I've been, seeing him since he was 8th, 9th grader. When I saw him play back then, I'm like, this is the next big thing. This is Jimmy Butler. This is, a superstar. But to answer your question, I don't think he's coming to U of H. I think we're probably done with high school players for this coming class. Everything that I've been reading lately is it's probably going to be Arizona. I hate Alabama. I'm from there. I despise Alabama athletics. I wish he would go to Alabama so that I don't have to see him, 2 or 3 times a year against our guys. But yeah, if I had to guess right now, I would lean Arizona, unfortunately.
Hopeful expectation. I'm still
for sure. No, if it happened, I would be doing backflips. But it's everything that I'm been following lately behind the scenes with like Trilly Donovan, stuff like that. It just kind of looks like he's going towards Arizona right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
No. Tillman, you hear that? That is your call.
I don't. I mean, it might be a money thing, but also, I mean, it's also a fit thing because you're also bringing in Ikenna. I don't expect him to start next year. And then the developments of Mercy and Chase. You still got Harwell back there. He has the potential to start next year. So it is about fit. And obviously, if Caleb Holt, when he makes his decision, obviously, I'm pretty sure Kelvin Simpson and staff would be glad to have Caleb Holt.
For sure.
But they're not going to make him any promises. They're not going to say you're going to come here and start. You got to come here and get it. And if Caleb Holt decides to come to U of H, I think he would end up starting, but he's going to earn that starting position. They're not going to tell him. They're not telling him when he's committing you're going to start.
Facts, Kenneth. I say when you join a program with identity or culture, that kind of means foregoing yourself and putting yourself first so that you can assimilate to that culture. And although U of H is a great team, not every player wants to do that. Some players want to develop themselves and lead a team. Some players want to not even lead a team, just develop themselves. And I'm not going to speak for what Caleb Holt's goals are, but I just understand if, some players, especially coming out of high school, who may not be as mature or as ready, don't want to immediately forego their game to develop into a team that they can't even that they won't even be with for 4 years.
Yeah, and I would say, especially a guy like that, when at this day and age, you're going to the league. Arizona, they're going to lose a lot. There's going to be a few slots for him to just come in there, and he's going to be able to play his game and do what he does. And so, yeah.
Speaking of fit and next year's team, Jayme, what would you expect next year's starting lineup to kind of look like? And honestly, just the rotation as a whole.
So I don't know if we have the guys here yet that I would say would be starting. I think that you're going to have a portal point guard. Mm-hmm. I would say Mercy. I would say Chase. And then you hope, I think it might be Trilly Donovan that says the best ones are the ones that you keep. Or sometimes the best gets are the ones that you keep. So if you could keep a Chris and a JoJo with a portal point guard, then that would be my starting 5. Let's assume that Chris is gone. Then you could either go small with Chase at the 4, or you just start Keanu Doss at the 4 and JoJo at the 5. So that would be my thought. But I don't think that our point guard is here yet, and I don't think it's going to come from high school. I wouldn't mind, if we just had a rented point guard for a year, somebody that's has a lot of experience, somebody that's played in big games, and then you try to go get Will Skip, Reese Austin, because he is a Kingston type talent. He's somebody that can come in and start at the point from day one. So that would be what I would do, is bring in somebody with experience and then plan on having him for that next year.
What about a guy like guaranteed bucket like PJ Haggerty?
I was going to bring him up.
Yeah, so Towns will be laughing at that, because I sent him a list of guys just today that I would like to have. My number one pick, if he were to get, all of this is contingent on them getting in the portal. Hubbard from Mississippi State. Mm-hmm. That would be my number one pick. He's a small guard, but he literally outscored Auburn in the first half the other day by himself. I mean, he had 40, Auburn had 37 in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get a bucket getter like that, Tahad Pettiford, are just a couple of names that I'd be looking at. But yeah, I have Haggerty on my portal list. It's just he's never played on a winning program. So we know what he can do, but does he make the guys around him better? I'm not so sure. So
I don't think Haggerty. I don't think he's like a UH guy. I just don't. I did want to ask you, Jayme. So, say if Chris leaves, you don't see Arafan getting into that starting lineup?
Not right now. I got to see more. Again, I mean, he's Baby Shaq for real. Like,
yeah,
he's strong, but I just don't know if he can play the defense right now, unless they're planning on changing something, which they've never done in 37 years of head coaching for Kelvin. They've always ran that defense. So unless they're willing to go drop coverage to where he can stay put in the lane, I just don't see him starting from day one. I could be wrong. I mean, he is, like I said, he's the best true post player that we've had since Josh Carlton. But I got to see him on defense first.
We got some chat comments. Jay Mitch says, Tahad Pettiford, I'll pack his bags for him. Cordell at point. I've actually said that. I think in the limited minutes Cordell has gotten, he's been pretty decent playing the one. I don't think they'll start Cordell at point guard, but I think he can get some burn playing the one.
I think just replacing Kingston and Milos, you got to have somebody that's been out there and
for sure and
done it.
And then this comment, kind of annoyed by it. TBH, Arizona came into his recruitment so late, whereas UH and Bama have basically been there every step of the way. I would agree. I think Arizona just jumped in out of nowhere, and that's where I was like, my confidence of UA's team went down as soon as I saw that Arizona jumped in the mix.
I think part of that Arizona jumping in the mix, you talked about Chris missing out on Team USA. Well, who was Team USA's coach?
Tommy Lloyd.
And he had a chance to bring Caleb on that team and coached him up. So he's been there. He knows what to expect from Tommy Lloyd, and I'm sure there was a ton of just on-site recruiting with that going on. So
yeah.
And we
at that point, you can't even stop it.
Yeah, Johnson was number 3 on my list. You'd love to get him just because he's a freshman right now. So he's a freshman that can get buckets. He gets to the free throw line, but he's going to be a hot commodity being a freshman. So
you mentioned Chase in that starting lineup. I personally love that. I think Chase has 100% earned that chance to start next season if that's the direction that Sampson and Co decide to go. But where do you kind of see Isaiah Harwell fitting into that mix? Do you think he's still the first guy?
Yeah,
off
absolutely. Well, I mean, he could easily slide into that starting spot.
Mhm.
It's just going to be, what they see this summer, what they see in the exhibition games and scrimmages next year. But yeah, I mean, we know the talent's there. If he takes that next jump, then there's no reason why he shouldn't be a starter next year.
Okay.
Mercy's gotten some point guard minutes.
Yeah.
Mercy's gotten some reps at the one.
I would like to see a little more out of him in terms of facilitating. I don't think I've seen too much of that this season. Although that's not really what they expect from him off the bench. They want more of a straight bucket, I would assume, at least.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Mercy is, like I told y'all before, my dad was a high school coach. I coached. Usually when you put somebody in the game, you're like, touch it a couple of times, let's get loose. No.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready
When
to
Mercy
take over.
touches it, that ball's going up.
Yeah.
You got to love the aggression.
I am surprised we haven't heard cries for Dayton and Thomas, unlike previous years.
So he took a bag. He took a bag to go to LSU. He got everything he asked for at LSU. I mean, their coach is going to get fired. Just a program on the downhill. And now he's injured. So now he's injured goods too. So talented player, but kind of like that Haggerty comp a little bit. Great player, but I want somebody that's won games.
Sure.
Speaking of just I guess point guards on the team, earlier this season, Pop Isaacs was a Cougar for what seemed like a couple days. What do you think
for like a day?
I was literally just about to bring him up. I'm literally looking at his ESPN stat sheet right now.
Dude, I'm sorry. Where would this team be with Pop Isaacs in that Milo's role? Just like purely speculation. How do we see that playing out?
Let y'all go. I really don't know. I was never a Pop Isaacs fan.
He's a bucket getter.
When it came, he had some nice stats at Creighton, even though he only played 8 games for them. When the move happened, just in my opinion, obviously I think Pop Isaacs and Milos are close. They're both from Vegas. I would think that Pop Isaacs came here with the impression that Milos could potentially come back because Milos was never an NBA draft lock. He was never going to go draft no matter what. If he didn't go to the draft, he'd come back. And the way things were looking at the time, it always seemed leaning towards Milos coming back because he was projected to go in the 40s and he was looking for that guaranteed deal. So if Pop Isaacs got here, I guess he wanted to be a point guard, and I feel like that was never going to happen because in the offseason I had Kingston being that 6-man guy. But if Milos left, I thought they would end up starting Kingston. And obviously now they ended up starting Kingston anyways. But I thought Pop Isaacs was going to come here. I thought he was always going to be the 2. So I don't know what his mindset was, what his thought process was when he made a decision to come to UH. And obviously, I'm sure he got word that Milos decided to come back and Pop Isaacs decided to move on. And then shout out to him. I don't think any fans had any ill will about the guy because we didn't even know him. He was here for 2 days. With Jay Mitch, I thought he was going to be the LJ replacement. I thought so too.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
But I guess not. He had other thoughts, and he ended up moving on.
Wish him luck, man.
To the 4th place team in the SEC.
I thought he was a nice player. I think he would have been good for UH. But it is what it is. These guys make their own choices, their own decisions, and
I think that's enough said about that one right there. But,
there's nothing really else much to say. Maybe it was a miscommunication. Kelvin Sampson didn't seem too upset about it when he had media after all that happened with Milos and Pop Isaacs and everybody else.
Did anybody ask about that? I don't.
I don't know if it was asked, but I do recall. I think what he said was something about it being a contingency plan, or I think or Kelvin Sampson said Pop Isaacs wasn't Houston's contingency plan, as in the teams. It seemed like they were going to roll with Pop Isaacs with no matter what happened. And then Kelvin said it seems like it worked out for everyone, as in, you know, the team got Milos back and Pop Isaacs moved on to A&M. And even then A&M, he's come off the bench over there, so he's not even starting point guard like he was looking to do.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, like you mentioned, with Kingston ended up starting anyways. With Milos coming back, he probably wouldn't have started either way.
Yeah,
That is true. I think maybe, yeah. I mean, I think maybe they probably would have, you know, seniority, because I mean, Kelvin Sampson said it over the summer, like, yeah, Kingston's gonna be here for 2 years. I don't ever think the plan was for Kingston to start. I think that's just the way it worked out. But because honestly, I mean, this time last year, I was thinking a guy like Harwell would have been that starting five. And obviously we know what happened with him with his injuries and stuff like that. But I think they knew what they had with Kingston. I'm just not sure that they expected this you know, breakout so soon.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, 100%. I think they definitely knew what they had, as we've mentioned before. Players and even coach went on record saying, Kingston at the jump and over the summer was the best player on the team, or he was playing the best. But it's kind of hard to imagine, knowing all that they couldn't have seen him in that starting role. And, you know, evidently they decided to go with him in that starting role.
Yeah.
You know, everything we've seen from Kingston in this hypothetical, I think he would have easily beat out Pop Isaacs.
I think so too. Just the way things panned out. But then again, at the time, I mean, nobody's promised anything. So, and the way it panned out, really, with Kingston even starting, Kingston got to play with the starters because everyone else was hurt, and then that's when they say, like, "Oh, damn, this guy's pretty good." So we really don't know what would have happened.
Yeah,
bro. I just want to talk about how Jay Mitch knows ball, bro.
Jay Mitch does know ball.
Jay Mitch is
look at the Wesley Yates.
I don't know who. I can look him up. I really don't know who that is.
I just
he's a
know him
Beaumont
from.
kid.
I just know him. Yeah, I just know him from high school. He was a hooper. I haven't seen him do much. I know he went to Washington.
He plays for Washington,
USC, and back
right
to
now.
Washington.
Okay, yeah, he went back to Washington. I know he's a hooper. He's big. He's strong.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I really think they're going to go with more so look at what they have. I think at minimum, I think they go get a point guard, like you said, Jayme, and they go pick up another big. You know, depending on what Chris's decision is. But bare minimum, I think they just at minimum they're going to go get another point guard. And Mercy, I don't see why he can't step into a starting role. Harwell, he can step into a starting role. Chase can step into a starting role. I don't necessarily think they have to go match Emmanuel's departure with another portal guy.
Yeah. So I sent Towns a pretty big list today of guys that just if they were to get into the portal, who I would go after. But yeah, I think you've got a lot of spots to fill, and I don't think that Ikenna is ready to play straight. Like, I think could possibly be a redshirt guy. I've seen a lot of people say he's next Jamal Shed, all this. Think more Malik Wilson when Malik first got to U of H. Super athletic. His shot's not great yet. And he's not a true point guard. So he could be a redshirt candidate. And then you have, I think, 4 more spots to fill. So I would say point guard for sure. Like you said, Kenneth, another big for sure. Maybe another wing. And then I'd like to see us find a pure shooter, somebody that can just knock it down. So those would be the 4 things that I would be looking for, if it were up to me, which it's obviously not. But so Keanu Doss and then 3 other guys around him for sure.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say this. If we look at what the University of Houston football did in the offseason, I believe that's a really good indication of how serious this school is starting to take recruiting and NIL and all these deals. Now, obviously, there's still money. Coach Simpson said we're broke.
We're poor.
We're poor, but you can see, like, especially with this year, man, even with basketball, they're doing their best they can to actually get these big ticket recruits, knowing how big being in a city like Houston is, playing sports on the Big 12 level. So really excited to see what they do with everybody in general. I don't know about y'all. But.
I would say that full Big 12 share is about to hit.
Money.
Yeah, like Ryan said, Eddie Nunez is checking the account every day, making sure looking for that deposit.
Yeah.
Give me Jop. Is that the guy from Arizona State? I believe.
Yes, it is. So I saw today that his agent said he's going to stay in college, but they fired Bobby Hurley, or they're going to fire Bobby Hurley. And there is an assistant on staff that he wants Jop to stay with. So whichever staff is smart enough to put that guy on the staff, then you're probably going to get a lottery pick for next year. So
yeah,
he's big time.
He's nice. He's nice.
Yeah.
Houston doesn't take much staff from outside though, right?
Yeah, it's not going to happen here. I don't think.
Unless somebody leaves. I don't really know if UAH has any current head coach candidates right now at the moment.
Kellen Sampson.
Yeah, I was about to say something.
That's about it. But obviously they will have a vacancy. But
you don't think at some point Hollis Price?
I think they talked about that on Cats the other day. Maybe he's been around a while. Is that really what he wants? I kind of agree with what they said about, I think, Casey Beard. I think he'd go before Hollis does.
But Casey's been with them so long. At some point, it just kind of feels like Lauren talked about this in the interview. If y'all haven't seen that, go check it out already.
Facts.
A lot of those people they've been with the Sampson family for so long. I think that family dynamic is something that's something they gravitate towards, and that's something they probably prioritize and want more than seeking out a head coaching vacancies elsewhere,
Yeah, everybody's been around. They said it's a family business. You gotta be a part of the family to get in. So
yeah,
simple as that.
I think for the most part too, Coach Sampson just brings in guys that he coached or he's coached alongside with for many years. I don't think they bring in much new people too frequently.
Yeah, I doubt that's gonna happen. Highly doubt.
That's not gonna happen.
But
it'll happen for somebody, a Kentucky or a Kansas. They'll find room for him.
Better yet, let him go to Arizona so we can take Caleb Pope. They can't pay them both.
I think they got some money there, man.
Like Town said, he needs to win the lottery.
Facts. You need to win the lottery. But in that case, Jayme, if you want to go ahead and head out, I know we had you over here for an hour and 20.
Yeah, man.
We got some football, NFL free agency that we want to get to for the rest of this show. So we're gonna let you sign out. Appreciate you coming on and staying for as long as you did.
For sure.
And man, appreciate you so much.
I appreciate it. Love what y'all are doing, man. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Man.
All right, guys. See y'all.
See ya.
What a guy, man.
That was our longest guest.
By far.
Hey, we got into it, man.
We are long overdue.
Somebody send some Star Pizza. I will say he is like a basketball encyclopedia. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Jayme knows so much ball. Great guest. He stayed on here so long because this dude he's just all basketball. He doesn't it wouldn't be anything else for him to do. Just basketball all day, 24/7.
And that's why we love it.
Let's throw this back on there. I feel like we didn't give this enough time.
Oh yeah, bet. Yeah, Star Pizza. They got the buffet tomorrow. Okay, we should go to Star Pizza tomorrow.
Dang, no, the one day I can't go. Thank you.
Bro, when can you ever go, Joseph?
I've been the past 3 times. Don't say nah.
No, chill. I don't know if Mike's still on here. Hey, Mike, can we come to Star Pizza tomorrow?
Wednesday.
But yeah,
I don't think I'd be able to. I got a couple shoots in the morning.
Nobody can go to Star Pizza. Why? I thought y'all were leaving.
Yeah, let's leave. Let's do it Wednesday. Man.
We leave Wednesday. Yeah.
Y'all talking about y'all trying to hit the road early. It ain't gonna be early. Y'all going to Star Pizza.
We got to put this comment up. Look at this comment.
Oh yeah, I think Jayme already said it. I think he said it on Cats. I saw him at Star Pizza. Yeah, go to Star Pizza, man. We're not lying.
Yeah, like we would not lie to y'all. This is not.
That's great.
We're not just saying this to say it.
Good people, better pizza.
Man, I want a cowbell now.
Joseph,
what's up?
I just got a text from Alicia. She says she can't take you seriously with all the plushies in the back. And it's like you're intentionally like moved to the right third of the screen so that the plushies are like perfectly visible too. It's like
they're part of the family, bro.
Exactly, bro.
That's just how he rolls, man.
Bro, whenever my niece
shout out to Alicia though. She's tapped in, bro.
Cool TV.
9 Quarters podcast, if you're counting the plushies.
Can I get one?
Yes, Alicia, I'll bring you one.
Got this.
But today was spring football, first day of spring ball. I was really disappointed that you guys decided to join me.
Fill me in.
But it is what it is.
My bad.
Yeah, it was some good, mostly good things I saw today. I really watched mostly offense today. I got to see some of the new guys, Kevon Roberts, Jeremiah Bushnell, some of those freshmen, early enrollees from that they were here during bowl week. The running back room is looking pretty nice. Mekhi Hughes, Rayshawn Sanford, he's looking fast. He's getting in lanes, bouncing off his linemen because they weren't in pass today, so it was mostly touch. But they let them bounce a little bit. Receivers looking nice. Trent Walker, Connor threw a very good ball today. They were doing their 11-on-11 period. I had something else I was going to say, but I'll remember it in a few.
I wanted to ask you. Go ahead, Joseph. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You can ask your question first.
You kind of mentioned some of the freshmen you saw out there. Was Paris out there? Was Abear out there? I wasn't able to make it out this morning.
Haybear, I believe he was there, but Haybear, I don't think Haybear has officially joined the team yet.
Okay.
He's not enrolled.
Yeah, so he's not officially enrolled yet, but he was there, but obviously he wasn't dressed up or anything. He was street clothes.
Shout out Abear though.
Yeah, that dude.
He was straight.
Yeah.
He's like the Texas all-time leading rusher, I think.
Abear, bro. Don't sleep on Strake, bro. You got Abear, you got Matthew Bowling.
Yeah, no, I trained with Matthew Bowling.
We already know that dude's gonna be nice, bro.
Yeah, bro. Matthew, bro, another Joseph Lore drop, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's my boy. Like I was about to say we got to tap after this stream. That's my boy. But I was gonna say Strake doesn't let people graduate early. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, they don't, bro. They don't.
So he is not officially a part of the team yet. He still has high school duties to attend to.
Yeah.
But I believe he was there. I saw him there during bowl week. And I just like seeing it. Like obviously he's not on the team yet, but he's still showing up, still getting acclimated, getting familiar with the staff and the team. So I like to see that out of him.
So in short, Abear won't be in spring ball.
We will not see him. We won't be seeing him till fall camp.
Okay.
Fun fact: I found out recently that his dad played with my older brother, bro.
Who, Abears?
Yes. So I didn't know that, but so yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because there's a lot of talented players out there on that field competing. First day spring ball. Unfortunately, Kenneth, you're saying I'm upset we didn't join it. You also didn't tell me or Cullen about it. So
we said spring ball was happening about
on
15
Monday.
times. About 15 times that it was today's the first day of spring ball, and also you guys didn't ask. We literally talked to Amari Thomas 4 or 5 days ago, and said we'll see you on Monday. Spring ball is happening. That was the whole point of having everyone here.
You know what? I got a bone to pick with you, Joseph, because you always say we never tell you anything. But you know what
anyways.
You know what I send in the Discord every single Monday morning? Meeting at 5:00. You know who's never there? Joseph. Never there.
I live an hour and a half
not
from the
all
campus.
of us live on campus, by the way. Not all of us live.
I don't live on campus. I drive up there.
On campus.
I'm quoting Joseph, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not all of us live 5 minutes from campus. Some
But
of us live an hour away.
Then you know what's crazy? So you know what's crazy? When Joseph found out that I went to spring practice, dang, why you didn't tell me? Bro, we told you multiple times.
No.
I thought it was afternoon practice. So did you not know, or did you think it was going to be in the afternoon, Joseph?
No, okay, so here's the problem. All right, this is this thing. I didn't know practice was happening. Y'all never told me when the practice was going to happen.
Did you ask?
I did. I told you, Kenneth, 2 weeks ago. I want to go to almost every single spring practice that I can go to. I said, just tell me what time, and I'll be there. Did you tell me what time it was, Kenneth?
I did not tell you what time, but we did say it was happening, and that's on you. Take the initiative, Joseph. Sometimes you have to see what you desire.
Noted. Hey, noted. You know, it's Cloud Jayme Century apparently that has been the past.
Some Star Pizza.
And you cut me off. All right. You know, it's cool. I will be there.
So you have another opportunity Wednesday, 9 a.m. Get to that practice field if you want to go get a look at spring ball.
Get on the road.
And we're hitting the road. We're not going to practice, bro.
Get on the road, bro.
I mean, Joseph, is your car, so you can make that decision.
That's true. That's fair.
Yeah, that makes. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Daniel, you can't rage bait Joseph this week, or
you're about to get kicked out the car, bro.
That's fine, bro. Those hotel rooms are under my name, bro.
Here's all I'm saying is this, bro. Football is my thing, and I want to be part of it. Daniel, me and you got a truce. Remember, don't forget the truce. Don't let these two instigate.
I don't remember the truce. I probably had a truce with the guy who didn't ghost me when it was time to play games. But I got a truce with this guy.
Am I the only one without leverage? I need to get some type of leverage for the trip. So
Cole, you're not even. Well, you have to stay, and your sleeping situation is at Daniel's mercy. But
no, Colin, you're good. You're good.
You got your own transport, so you're good.
I didn't come at any of y'all, but he's the good one. All right, cool.
Because Colin's never done anything, bro. Colin's never come at any of us unprovoked. I can't say the same about you.
It all dates back to the 4 quarters preseason debut.
Caleb, where you at, baby? No, I'm just playing. Yeah, we gonna be cool, man. I just want to be part of football, bro. I love football, and I can see things that you can't, Kenneth, because I played the sport for a long time, and I just want to be there. Talk about our view, talk to our viewers, explain situations, see things that I see and I'm picking up on. That's it,
On the real, just I know Kenneth, you get real busy sometimes. So do I, but just text me, bro. I'll send you the schedule. You just
thank you.
Well, I mean, that's why I say you didn't ask. I mean, especially if you knew. My thing is, Joseph, if you knew spring ball was coming up, that's cool. We didn't tell you whatever. But if you knew spring ball was coming up on a certain day and you didn't know what time it was, and we didn't tell you the time, you could have said, "Yo, when is spring practice? Do you have a phone?"
Yeah. Speaking of phone, my phone was blowing up today. I know y'all talking about.
So,
I'm gonna just leave at this point. I see.
That's tough.
Oh.
Anyway, speaking of phones, my phone was blown up today, guys. I know there's a lot of exciting news y'all want to talk about. Kenneth, your Seahawks made some interesting moves. Daniel, I know you're a big Texans fan. They did some things, and I'm a Broncos fan, and I'm beyond pissed off of what we're doing. Y'all want to talk about NFL free agency real quick?
I don't want to talk about.
Can we just acknowledge that all 4 of us have different teams? I think that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. We get a well-rounded perspective across the league.
Yeah, I can't wait till football season comes back. We could argue.
Sure.
Nobody does better than 4 quarters.
Hey, spring. Hey, man, and this is like or just back on the spring football thing. I'm like, dang, it's already spring ball. Like, obviously, it's really because they had the bowl game. Like, if the season ended in November, like it has the past couple of years, I feel like it would have been a normal, time difference. But yeah, the football thing. Hey, man, Seahawks. We can start with the Seahawks. Kenneth Walker. I think it's been known for like a week or two now that he probably wasn't going to re-sign with the team. They didn't tag him, but he got paid $45 million, and that's just something that John Snyder, the Seahawks GM, just wasn't willing to do. He's making more money than Jonathan Taylor, so it's and he's a really good running back. He had a tremendous back end of the season. Obviously, he put in that work in the playoff season and ultimately won that Super Bowl MVP. So I would never be mad at Kenneth Walker for leaving. And at the end of the day, when teams win, it's the Super Bowl tax. So when you win a Super Bowl, everybody wants your players, and teams are willing to pay maybe higher than their market value. Not saying that Kenneth Walker isn't worth that deal, but that's something that Seattle wasn't willing to part with. And you also have to think, they have to pay. JSN is going to get a record-breaking deal. Spoon's going to get a big deal. So the Seahawks have the money, and I trust John Snyder. I trust the GM. He put together a Super Bowl winning roster these past years through the draft, through key signings. And John Snyder has never been one to overpay guys and do too much in free agency. So I don't think it's as big deal as people are making it out to be. He is a good player. He is a big boss for the team. But hey, man, it's Kenny McIntosh season. Let's get it.
Honestly, if I may interject from the outside looking in here, the running back position in recent memory has kind of been a revolving door. And I feel like for a guy like Kenneth Walker, yeah, he was fantastic in that Super Bowl. Clearly why he won the Super Bowl MVP. But he's not an elite running back, you know? Why'd you me? I mean, there's a handful of elite running backs.
I just think he can be a top 10 guy.
Yeah, sure, but that top 10 is not elite. Elite is like 3-4 guys.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker, as much as you may like Kenneth Walker, he's not one of those 3-4 guys. I think of all positions, it's one of the more replaceable positions. And you just mentioned you're going to have to pay a bunch to the guys like JSN. JSN, elite. Devon Witherspoon, elite. These are top 3-4 guys in their position. Byron Murphy, elite. Those are guys you got to pay. You can afford to let a guy like Kenneth Walker walk, no pun intended, even though he just won the Super Bowl MVP. Because I think you can go out and you can draft somebody, or you can get somebody in free agency.
And one thing I would say this. Also Seahawks, we brought back Rashid Shaheed. I like that move because outside of, I guess they have Cooper Kupp and JSN, but they really didn't have that wide receiver 3 option. We utilized the tight ends and stuff. The running game was pretty decent. I like the around the margins moves that the Seahawks have made. They brought back Josh Jobe. Tariq Woolen is still a question mark. And then also another move, you let Kobe Bryant walk, but that, Ty Okada is not, there isn't much to drop off when he played. I think that one of the key signs that they made or the key extensions was bringing back Ernest Jones. Because he's really the quarterback of that defense. So I think they spent their money wisely. It may not be what people think they should do, but I wouldn't say that's a malpractice move to let Kenneth Walker leave.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you mean, especially when you talk about the Super Bowl tax. Because you don't want to fall into the trap of overpaying a guy because they did well in the later end of the season. And although he does deserve to get paid, I think Seattle knows better than anyone what he's truly worth. And they're willing to just kind of fill that gap in free agency.
And also you have to think about when you win a Super Bowl and people think you should just run it back, re-sign everybody, shell out these big money bags to your team. If you bring back the exact same roster, you now have 20 games of film for the entire league like bringing back the exact same roster. You have the same coach. You're going to run the same scheme again. Now there's 20 games of film that the entire league has to dissect you and break you down going into the next season.
Facts.
Now, what I was gonna say is back to the point you were making. I agree with y'all fully, like especially the Super Bowl thing and having to play Jason and Witherspoon, and you said Byron Murphy, but also other players. You know, Ernest Jones was, I think, the most key signing y'all brought back. He was probably one of the most underrated players in the league last year. But I'm big on understanding. Well, okay, you can build through that through the draft, especially the Seahawks have a lot of draft picks, but
we don't have that many draft picks this year, so that is.
Oh yeah, I forgot y'all traded. Y'all did trade a lot. But my other thing is though, it's not going to be easy to replace Kenneth Walker and what he was doing behind that old line. He's a lot better than I think y'all are giving him credit for. You saying a top 10 guy, maybe not elite. When he was coming out of college, he was, especially when he was. Remember, he went on the Heisman run at Michigan State, and even when he was playing at Wake Forest before then, he was getting compared to the top of the top guys. He was getting compared to the top of the top guys as he got drafted. Now the thing is, he's been in a team that hasn't let him live to his full potential, but he's someone that could go and play for the Chiefs, and next thing you know, we're talking about an all-pro player, right? And he's very special. He has a vision and the exclusive ability and the athleticism to be a really big boost, especially with the quarterback right next to him, like Patrick Mahomes and receivers are going to get. I was really interested to see though what y'all plan to do, because I don't know if y'all seen. I don't know how much y'all kept in contact with the combine, but this is the most athletic draft class in history. Any guys, you know, Kenneth, you know, I know you talked about the Seahawks, Daniel, you got the Texans, Cullen, I don't know your team. That y'all are like any position. Cowboys.
I was gonna ask him to guess, but yeah, Cowboys.
Interesting there. Just like what other moves around free agency and what else you're looking forward to in the draft?
I thought we were gonna go for Crosby.
Y'all did go for Crosby.
I thought the Seahawks were trying to get him too. The Seahawks tried to get him last year, I think.
Mm-hmm. So both teams actually made a bid for Crosby, and Tom Brady denied both of them.
Yeah, but I mean that's shout out to him. I think that's a good move for the Ravens, though.
Yo, I was so confused for about 3 seconds. I was like, "What does Tom Brady have to do with this?" I forgot he was over there. Like my brain was processing. I was like, "What does Tom have to do with this?"
Yeah, no, it's he has his hands on that roster. I don't know if y'all seen, but they've made a lot of really good moves this year. They just got Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker.
The Raiders, and they took my OC too. So,
I mean, would you want anybody else's hands on your team?
No.
Facts.
No, those hands have 8 rings. You can have those hands all over my team.
Thomas Patrick Brady Jr.
Yeah,
I'm making it weird, man.
You made it weird the way you said it, bro.
He can have those hands all over my team anytime he likes, however he wants.
That's crazy.
Whenever he wants.
We can talk
whenever he wants, man. If that's what he wants, he can have it. That's the GOAT, man.
All right, bro. You didn't have to go that far now, bro.
Huh? That's the GOAT, bro. If Tom Brady wants to come and run the Texans, he can do it. What are you talking about?
Hey, go ahead. Tell Cesare to get out of there. You know what I mean? But I'm interested because there's still a couple big names out there. Wilkins, I know people brought him up a little bit. We got players.
Trey Hendrickson.
We got a bunch of really. I'm just looking now. I was trying to see on ESPN who signed. Devin Lloyd just signed. I was going to bring up Devin Lloyd. He signed to the Panthers, who also are having a good offseason.
Panthers might be something.
Does the NFL, is this like the tampering period? Because this is the free or the league year starts on the 11th, right?
No, you're allowed to actually sign people now starting today at noon. Tampering period was last week.
Okay.
Which is why you see some people that get signed soon. That's obvious tampering. Like Wan'Dale Robinson, they announced that he was signing last night. But yeah, no. And then me as a Broncos fan, I'm looking at us re-signing with Alex Singleton to a 2-year, $15 million deal and cutting Dre Greenlaw, and I don't know what we're doing. We also fired half our staff after making the AFC Championship game. I don't get it. I'm really pissed off, actually. Maybe we're trying to get one of the linebackers at the back end of the draft because this is the best linebacker class I've seen since maybe like the Luke Kuechly class, but we'll see, man. I don't get it.
Is there any word as to why you guys are cutting all these staff members?
Yes, it's a Sean Payton ego trip.
Yeah.
I wish I could say
Also,
something.
thoughts on Tua to the Falcons.
I saw that. Doesn't move me.
No.
Nah, the Falcons stink. They're not going to be good for a long time. They got Tua, who has had like 10 concussions, and Michael Penix, and he's probably not going to play next year.
He doesn't have an ACL.
Yeah, I don't know, like that org, man. And it's kind of crazy because I've been to a Falcons game. Like they have like Mercedes-Benz Stadium is a very nice venue. It just sucks that the Falcons aren't good, and there's people of Atlanta pay money to go watch that every week and get disappointed.
Yeah,
but
20
and also I mean I was seeing Kyler Murray might be a Viking.
I like that.
I do too. I think that puts the Vikings in playoff contention. Kyler Murray is not a bad quarterback. Like he had some good moments. I think it's more so the team that's been around him. I don't think Kyler Murray is like just trash.
I think I don't even know if it's just the team. I think it's the entire organization at this point.
Yeah.
They're not running things well. They haven't for a while. I mean, they need to look into that.
They're just not
like that. That year he had with D-Hop, they were nice. I mean, I think that was more so on D-Hop than it was on Kyler. But I just don't think Kyler sucks. I mean, especially if he goes up there to Minnesota and plays with Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that's a good weapon.
Yeah, I mean, if as long as you can get Jez the ball, you're gonna have a good year.
True. Jordan Addison, a good weapon too, man. If he can stop driving.
If he can stop getting in trouble with the team.
Yeah.
We don't even talk about that. We can talk about the rest off stream. You know, especially since we talk about Falcons. I know they got a little situation too, but and Ricky.
Off stream.
Oh yeah, James Pierce. Hey man, I don't know. Hey, but that's really across the entire league, bro. But I'm not gonna lie. I think he's still in jail, so. It might have been actually bad this time. You know, a lot of these guys they'll get locked up or they'll get in trouble and then they'll just be home free the next day.
Yeah, slap on the wrist.
Yeah, slap on the wrist. I think that guy's still locked up, so I don't know.
Maybe we can talk about that off stream. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of good moves. I'm really excited to see what they do. Excited to see where McCutcheon ends up, where Tanner ends up, where all these players end up. I said LJ because one of my really good friends is trying to get drafted this year too, LJ Johnson. Good luck to you, brother.
What position?
Running back. Unfortunately, he was a Jimbo Fisher victim, man. He was a 5-star running back that decided to go to A&M and did not work out.
Why didn't you tell him not to go, Joseph?
I did. As you can see, he did not listen, but it's okay, man. But he's a great player. We're wishing you the best of luck on your pro day, brother. And yeah, he got it together.
There's also another thing coming up. U of H Pro Day, March 27th.
Ooh, Kenneth, please tell me when it is and what time it starts.
March 27th.
March 27th. I don't think they have a time for it yet. They might actually. I'll have to go look, but
we will be there then. But yeah,
I don't think there's a time for it yet.
Okay,
that should be something good. See some of the U of H pro prospects, guys with aspirations to go to the NFL.
We will be there.
See him compete one last time, and just hopefully they make a good impression on the scouts that will be attending.
Daniel, will you be in attendance?
Me?
Yeah.
March 27th?
Yeah.
I don't think there's I don't think March Madness falls.
Well, if everything pans out like how it's supposed to, Houston will be in their off day after playing their first game in the South Regional.
What time of day is the pro day typically?
I guess
in the morning,
afternoon. I think it'd probably be at a similar time.
I'll definitely be there.
Yeah. So hopefully U of H is in the South Regional, and we're at home for pro day. Because if not, Yeah.
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 I mean, the only alternative right now that's realistic is Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be
Midwest,
worse.
South or Midwest.
Yeah. Chicago's a cool city.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind going to Chicago, but if I had to choose, obviously I want to stay in Houston.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Drive up the street to Toyota Center and
Mhm.
go see U of H. I mean, just like the Texas Bowl, people were talking about the Alamo Bowl and the Pop Tart Bowl. I was so glad when they said U of H is going to the Texas Bowl.
It would have been cool to see him in the Pop-Tart Bowl, but facts.
Bro,
Crazy.
that game would have had 20 people there.
Dan, what were you saying?
The turnout to NRG was pretty crazy. I was honestly surprised. I hate to admit it, but you know, UH fans don't have the
Houston
best
fans. It's not even UH fans. It's Houston fans.
You know how people are, though, bro.
I mean, Astros and Texans fans.
They show out.
Yeah, Texans. I don't know about
Texans recently, not always.
Yeah, Texans
on
is
down years. Texans fans don't really show up.
I mean, it's the
Texans
same thing
is
with the
recent.
Astros.
And even then, I seen when they had Monday Night Football, like the people didn't show up like right till the game started,
Bro,
or even like Rockets. Like
Rockets got the worst fans, bro. You
Yeah,
can see it
the
on the
Rockets,
broadcast. It could be a tie game. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You look at the broadcast, and half of the club seats are empty, bro.
Well, the thing I really think they need to change that at Toyota Center because most of the people, if they're not at the game, they're just in the club.
Yeah, they're like right under the seats, like
So
at the
it looks bad on TV. It looks like no one's at the game, but they're just at the top, chilling.
Oh yeah. They're either right at the top or at the Lexus Lounge in the bottom watching from TV. It doesn't look good on TV.
So I think they need to redo that. But I feel like even in general, like I feel like even like when I was working at the Rockets last year, I feel like even people didn't start showing up to the playoff game. Like people didn't start coming to the game for until they was in the playoffs.
Nah, the only game I saw packed was when LeBron was there, bro.
Yeah, or like it was like a big name coming in.
Bronny James,
Facts.
Bryce James,
Mercy Miller.
Kingston Flemings.
Mercy played against his cousin against Oklahoma State.
I seen that.
Oh yeah, victorious.
He was lucky frying in that first half.
Y'all excited, man? 4 quarters all gonna be together.
Hey, Loki, did we forget to say happy birthday to Ryan?
Oh,
happy birthday, Mr. Monso.
Actually, so we have another 2 hours left in this show to talk about the great Ryan Monso. Happy birthday, Ryan. I hope you have a great birthday dinner.
Yeah, we got so caught up in
And
it.
then Joseph, you said you would sing "Happy Birthday" by yourself, right?
Yeah, all by yourself.
Why are we doing this, bro? You really want me to do this? If you want me to do this, y'all got to be back on here. I need my duet Cullen with me. But happy birthday, Mr. Monso. I wanted to say that as well. Thank you for the platform you gave us and everything you've done. We really appreciate you. We hope you have a really blessed. I don't know how old you are. You're hiding that from us, but we'll have a blessed day.
Ryan is 47.
47. Oh, so he's 20 years to 60. No, I'm sorry.
We almost went on.
That's crazy.
Hey, no, I'm sorry.
But yeah, we definitely forgot. We waited till 1 hour and 53 to say it. But happy birthday to Mr. Ryan Monso.
The guy from GoCoogs.
No, I really do. I will sing to him.
He's at dinner right now, bro. We're about to go find out where he's at, so we can go say happy birthday, so we can tell the staff to say happy birthday to him.
Yes. Hey, should I call him on the phone right now and just sing to him?
No, bro.
Do not call that dude, bro.
Sing him happy birthday now, and then he can always come back and play it back.
Yeah, and then they'll be enshrined forever.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna remove everybody. You guys.
No. We're not doing this solo. We're doing it together.
No, it is solo. That's what you said.
I never said that. Why are you putting words in my mouth?
Bro, you said that right before the show started.
All right, bro.
Yeah. And then Mr. Monso said, "I can't wait."
All right, bro.
That is true.
Okay, are you gonna do it?
You guys are peer pressuring Joseph to sing.
I'll sing, but I ain't doing all. I ain't gonna be solo, bro. I don't want to see my face while I'm doing it.
You have to. Just close your eyes while you sing. All All right, I'm gonna do it.
All
Joseph.
right, moving on.
Oh, bro. All right, you know what? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ryan.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Let's
Thank you,
go.
thank you.
We took it out. We took almost 2 hours to say it,
Yeah.
but we did it. But yeah, I appreciate Ryan. Known him almost like 2 years now.
Yeah.
Hey man, he's been a great publisher, great label.
Mhm.
The GoCoogs label, man. This is the best label you can ever sign to.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's just been a great mentor overall, and just support not only me but my 3 other co-hosts in pursuing this whole sports media thing.
Shout out to the guy from GoCoogs, man. Shout out to the guy.
Shout out to the guy from GoCoogs, man.
Facts, legend. Go.
Joseph better stick to his day job.
Hey man, that was no warm up, bro. You really want me to sing? I got you, bro. Catch me on Thursday when we hop. No, I'm just playing. Ooh, I'm gonna vlog it. All right, so we're gonna me and Dan. You're going on the road trip.
We should all do our own perspectives and then put it together.
Yeah.
Well, ours will just be combined, or what?
Yeah. So Kenzie got his perspective. Cullen got his perspective. We can all do a little GoCoogs.
Yeah.
4
media
quarters. And media cast.
Yeah, we'll be there.
And the
We
fifth quarter.
gotta try to keep it like 2 minutes total.
No,
That's the challenge, bro.
no, I don't know.
It's gotta be like 5-second clips, bro.
We'll figure it out, man. You'll hear me singing in the car on the way up.
It'll be for the TikTok. Everybody tap in very soon to the 4 quarters TikTok.
We have a TikTok already, bro.
Yeah, but it's not active. That's why I said very soon.
I'm saying.
But you don't want them to see it how it is. Like,
No, I'm saying, but we're not gonna make like a new account for.
no. I'm just saying tap in soon once we start getting.
Oh, fair.
But yeah, like for more 4 quarters clips and behind the scenes stuff, tap in.
We should start doing a lot more behind the scenes stuff when we.
I ain't gonna lie though, like I feel like not even just the clips of the show. Like if we just show that the journey of the Big 12 tournament, I feel like that would bang on.
Yeah, that'll do numbers, bro. We're gonna talk. We have to talk about this off stream. I got some ideas. We got some stuff
off stream. Yeah, Cullen is a true visionary.
Y'all know what we need? We need a GoPro.
Yeah. We also need somebody for clips. Lyndon, if you're here, please do your job. Thank you. Anyway.
We tell people what to do, man.
Yeah, he's just delegating tasks.
The fame got to his head, bro. The fame got to his head.
There's no way you trying to call me Hollywood Mr. Paperboy. Hey, don't talk to me, bro.
Nah, bro.
I see that. Shout out Paperboy.
Hey, shout out Paperboy.
But no, we do in-person content coming soon. We really need to start doing that. I think it would be
IRL. Hey, bro, we might have to do the just chatting stream.
Facts. No, I'm not gonna lie. Big 12 content, bro, is gonna be.
Yeah,
we gotta find
and AJ. College game day. We do have to find AJ. Hopefully, actually, they might be bounced off the tournament before we even get there. No shade. Hey. Let's see this thing real quick. Oh yeah, they're gonna be bounced. So I don't know. Unless they see U of H in that quarterfinal. I don't see it.
AJ might have to drop 60. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He might, honestly. He might have to drop 60. But yeah, definitely it's gonna be a good week, good couple days. Real excited. College game day on Saturday as well. That will be something interesting. Yeah, and we will be there. Final thoughts?
Looking forward to that drive.
I'll make it great, Daniel. Trust.
No, I think we're gonna have a grand old time. Me, you, and Kev. Sounds like it'll be fun. Well,
I think that's better than the Greyhound. That's just my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We're doing it for what we love. Can't complain. Could be worse.
At the end of the day, it's not about It's not about where you end up. It's about the journey.
The friends you make along the way.
This guy.
Yeah, but yeah.
Our friendship.
Hey, I just seen the clock hit the 2-hour mark. I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to go eat.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Somebody said some Star Pizza.
Yeah.
I think Star Pizza's closed. So, no Star Pizza. Hold on, we got a new free agent signing. Rico Dotto
where?
Steeler to the Steelers.
That's a good move. That's a good move.
Yeah.
That's a good move. But yeah, I don't know what you know about y'all, but I will see y'all not tomorrow because I won't be able to go to Star Pizza with y'all. Have fun. But Wednesday, I'll see y'all boys Wednesday.
Spring ball.
Yep.
It's
Spring ball Wednesday.
Yep.
Y'all boys gotta hit the road. I gotta hit the airline.
Me too.
Shout out Cats. They having a show on Thursday as well. Don't forget to catch them on the after show.
Oh yeah, make sure y'all tap in with Cats after the game Thursday. Ryan, Brad, and Galen will be breaking down that UH game. Hopefully that's not the last game of the tournament. What else? Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll all be in KC at one point in time together. We'll all get there eventually.
Right.
Eventually.
I'm traveling by horse. They're driving. They're just flying.
It's cool, and I'm gonna teleport on the way back.
This guy.
Nah, I feel like the drive there is gonna be so fun for y'all, but the drive back is gonna be.
I don't know. I feel like going on long trips. I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like the way back is always pretty smooth versus going up there. I feel like it takes forever.
Right.
Not last year, not for us, bro. That was terrible.
Oh, you talking about from San Antonio? That's because you just kept on going different paths and going like you just stay on the freeway.
Bro, everybody was going back home. I was just doing what the GPS told me.
Yeah, that shit was not it, bro.
I'll be in charge of the map this time. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're gonna whoever. Back-to-back big Mondays on the road and two of the hardest places to play in the nation. Any official or unofficial complaints about that from Houston?
Yes.
Yeah, Kelvin Sampson he questioned it after the Kansas game as to how can UH win the conference 2 years in a row and not get a home big Monday. So yeah, that was a little bad luck and just a bad draw on how they did the schedule. I wish they would have gave U of H a big Monday at home, but
shout out Joseph Durante. He did catch up with Coach Sampson after the Kansas game. He had a lot to say about it. He was pretty frustrated, as you can tell. That was a really rough stretch. And a lot of the team was extremely beat up and injured at that point.
Yeah, he traveled to that game, by the way.
We were. Shout out all the Cool TV people, and shout out Mr. Rodriguez again. But
three of the 4 quarters decide to go.
Yeah, but it'll be good. But yeah, no, you just look into it. Coach Sampson had a lot to say about that schedule. Was not very fair or kind to the players, especially at that time of year. Other than that,
let's get out of here.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay.
no,
We'll do it live. F*** it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.